Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of The Ledger on the Three Technique podcast. I am joined by Mitch Mason and Garrett Turney. Guys, it was an interesting week. I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. I finally had a parlay hit, the Friday night special. That made the vibes immaculate into the weekend. And speaking of immaculate vibes, I know I haven't caught up to Garrett yet, but fellas, the state fair's up in full swing. We've got Texas OU this weekend in town. There's some cooler weather. Some thunderstorms on the way tonight. The vibes are high. The Rangers are moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Let's keep the vibes going, shall we? What are our winners this week? I need everybody to get on board with the high vibes train. What are our winners this week, fellas? Let's just tell the people what we got. Garrett, as always, as you are the lowest loser, we will start with you.
I love hearing that. Lowest loser. We're going to keep that title going. Okay, so my picks, I've got themes once again because that's the way that we want to play this one. I'm going to start off with my cash cow, the Maryland Terrapins. We are riding these guys. They just produce nothing but cash. I mean, nuggies for me. My nuggies cow, I guess. And so this is my nuggies cow, Maryland. We're going to take
golden
the
hint
plus.
for all the nuggies.
Oh, yeah. There we go. The plus 19.5 against Ohio State. I think they're going to keep this game really close. I think Maryland's really slept on right now. And again, they've just been killing it for me. So, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Just keep picking the Terps. I'm putting down 40 to win 36-36 on this one. I'm also going to be taking my believe pick. I'm just going to have to believe that A&M money line is going to happen. There's no kind of world I want to live in where I don't just believe in my team, right? So I'm just going to believe in my team 20 to win 20-46. And then I have a couple of parlays. My first parlay is the I use these to make my team name sound more fun. And this one is the Mizzou Tigers plus 5.5 against LSU, and the Wazoo, the Washington State, plus 3.5 versus UCLA.
Yeah, what's Washington State's mascot?
The Cougars.
Okay, I just thought you tapered off right there.
Oh, did I not say Cougars? Oh, so the
He's trying to
Cougars.
expose you.
Z's and Z's.
There you
The
go.
point is that they use Z's. The point is not the cat that they represent. It's that they use Z's to make them sound cool when they're really not. It's like that dad who's like, I'm going to put like cool dads on my shirt, but it's going to say DADZ, something like that. So this is basically what Mizzou and Wazoo have turned into. That's 20 to win 52. And then it's going to be the Colorado Buffs, and then Notre Dame, and then Michigan in my last parlay. This is my good teams cover parlay. I just think these are three good teams that are going to beat three teams that I don't believe in. That's Colorado -4 over Arizona State, Notre Dame -6 over Louisville, and Michigan -19.5. Huge number, but they're playing Minnesota, and they kind of suck. So I'm going parlay 20 nuggies to win my 120, and we're just going to kind of keep riding the things that we've been doing. This is the method. This is the theory. Make your themes, and then we'll cash out.
Dance with the ones that brought you here is typically not a bad strategy. Our lines, as always, are brought to you by mybookie.ag. Check them out for all of your sportsbook needs. Mitch, rough week last week. A little bit of a down streak, but I think we're bouncing back this week. I think you got some good picks this week.
When Iowa, Michigan State hits their over in the first half, you just kind of throw up your hands and go, whomst among us saw this happening, right? Listen, didn't anticipate Jalen Daniels not playing. That hurt the over in the Kansas-Texas game. But you know what? We're not making excuses here. As you can see by the title, A Mongolian Reversal, this is the week. I choose to believe that this is the week that we make it happen. And I was telling y'all before we hit record, every time I'm like, you know what? Just put it all on three winners you feel really good about. Let's have a winning week.
4-iron in the middle of the fairway. Just get it out there.
The disco stick is calling my name, and I think my picks will reflect that. I still feel good about them, but we are swinging for the fences a little bit more than I intended to coming into this week. 20 nuggies on the Texas and Oklahoma under. Now you go, Mitch. Why? This series traditionally goes way over the total. Look at the past history. Texas and OU have not come into this game playing as sharp on defense equally as they have coming into this year. Texas really struggles in finishing off drives in the red zone. Oklahoma is hopefully putting a really solid defense to the test, but they also have not faced a fast physical defense like the Longhorns. This just kind of smells like, a 30 to 23 kind of game, which would get me my Texas cover, would get me the under in this one. So we'll put 20 nuggies on that. Kentucky plus 14 and the hook. This number is offensively high. It almost raises a red flag to me as why it's this high, because Georgia has not blown anybody away. They haven't even really been that impressive on offense or on defense. We'll talk about this more in the podcast breakdown, but I think the numbers really lean towards Kentucky taking the air out of the ball and keeping this close. They have an elite defense, the best defense that Georgia will have faced all year long. And although the Bulldogs' passing game is slept on this year, the running game has not been very strong. I think the Wildcats keep it close, and we'll talk about the little taste of hope money line in just a second. First parlay, Texas State +1, playing Louisiana, Colorado -4. We're going to parlay that together to win just over 90 nuggies. Colorado's for sure the better team. Listen, I don't know if you guys watched Drew Pine slinging at Notre Dame. Nothing about what he's put on tape makes me believe that he can lead a winning football team. Plus, that Sun Devils team is just bad right now. Even going up against a pretty leaky Colorado defense, I like the Buffs to win by more than 4. Texas State's the better team against Louisiana. Louisiana is certainly a little bit of an upstart. We thought they were going to be one of the, we wondered if they could be a contender early on. They looked really bad, and now they're kind of coming back. They're at home, but I still think Texas State is the better team. We've got the legend of the band Trident, right? I'm going to ride that high until I can't anymore. Give me Texas State plus the point.
That's a Portal King parlay for you there too. That's the Portal King teams.
True. Yeah. Hey, listen. Let's bring what is it? A rising tide lifts all ships. Let's ride with it. And then the money line parlay. Kentucky is plus 490 on the money line. Texas A&M just over 100 on the money line. We're gonna parlay both of those together. 20 to win, over 200 nuggies. Texas A&M, I will make my pick against Alabama. I believe the Aggies can win this. When the line opened, it was over 4. It's almost down to a pick 'em now. Now, the public is really high on Texas A&M, but you look at the numbers, I think that supports the Aggies as well. Kentucky, I'm not expecting them to beat Georgia, but then again, I didn't expect Auburn to compete with them. I didn't expect South Carolina to compete with them. One of these times, Georgia's going to step on the landmine, and it's going to go off. If we sweep the board, which of course, why wouldn't you expect me to do that? We win just under 400 nuggies this week.
Hope springs eternal. Get us back, not just in the green, but well into the green with some insurance there. If you're able to pull that off, guys. For my picks this week, I'm coming off a good week, and my first pick is very concerning to me. I'm looking at that Hawkeye logo, and it's staring into my soul as I pick the Hawkeyes -2.5 against Purdue. If you've been following this segment, I vowed to never pick Iowa again a couple weeks ago after they blew my 4-team teaser. They couldn't keep it within 21 points against the Penn State Nittany Lions. But we're back, baby. I think at home against Purdue, a team that's very inconsistent this year. I think the defense of Iowa is obviously the best unit on this field. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be an ugly Shadow Realm game. But Iowa, I think, can get it done by at least a field goal at home. I'm putting 30 nuggies to win 27-27 on it.
You know, Cade McNamara tore his ACL, right?
I do. Okay. I'm leaning on the defense here, and we're gonna need some defensive touchdowns probably. But hey, 9-6 gets me my cover, and I think that we could. That's around what the score of this game was last year. So I'm gonna lean on the defense. I think defense and punting gets me a 3-point cover for Iowa. Mitch, I'm not going to lie to you. I almost changed this pick after I saw it was on your ledger pick because of your track record this year. But
would have been wise.
I'm with you on it. I'm going to stand by it. I think that the Red River shootout is going to be less of a shootout this year and more of a defensive struggle. Maybe not a true slugfest that we typically see, but I think it'll stay under the 60.5 points that it's currently at. 30 to win 27-27 as well. My AC Caesar here. I've got 4 teams. I'm teasing the line down 7 points. Carolina -1.5. Clemson -14 against Wake Forest. Florida State -16.5 against Virginia Tech. And Miami minus 14, 20 to win 40 there. And then my big go for it parlay swings for the fences here. You know, we got to go big or go home. And I think that is going to be the mantra here. I've got UCF and Kansas going over 65. I've got Arkansas plus 11.5 plus that game going over 63.5. And I've got Notre Dame and Louisville going under 54. And guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think this graphic, I think I forgot to put one on the graphic. I'm pulling up the doc really quickly, so I'm going to do this live on radio here. Live radio. We're stalling. We're pulling it up. I have one more pick here with $10, my last 10 nuggies. And that's going to be the why are they not favored parlay. I've got the Boston College money line and the Wazoo money line. I'm throwing my last 10 nuggies on that one to win 43-52. And we're going to have a great week, guys. Like I said, the vibes are immaculate here in DFW. Colder weather's coming in. We've got big sports all over town over the next couple weeks. And we got some winners on the board this weekend, I'm sure of it. Guys, until next time, bet responsibly, enjoy the games this weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Gracious, how about